Hey y'all, it is September the 4th, 2020, 2023, and some of y'all might be aware out there that I'm involved in a network of badasses all around the world who are leveling up and making gains right now. Right? We're doing so in many different ways. We're taking over. Um, to include especially our physical prowess and our macho madness. But we're leveling up in all sort of different ways. I wanted to share with you today something I never shared with you. It's another form of a leveling up that I've been involving myself in, and that's the leveling up of my wardrobe. Right, so I'm gonna take you in and you're gonna get a peek and to see what the heck it is I wear on my body and why and how we're gonna level up. Alright, y'all, we found ourselves up in my closet, alright? And I wanna let you know what's going on here. Alright, what's going on here is that for years, I don't even know how many years. For years, I've let my clothing and my wardrobe be bare bones, minimal, dirty, dungy, kind of torn up and frayed, hobo status, awful clothes, alright? For the most part. I mean, I just don't take care of them, and then I hold on to them for a long time, alright? Thing is, I might not have realized throughout those years that it's actually very unattractive. All right, and there's a reason why girls don't like to see that sort of thing. All right, so recently I decided I'll go ahead and I'll step it up. First of all, my body is transmogrifying into some sort of other different damn species. All right, I look like a damn mutant ninja turtle over here. Right, so I knew I had to up the wardrobe in order to properly display my physique. Right, so I started thinking about what it is, how to level up to get your clothes on point so as to not hold you back. Your clothes are holding you back. And there's very cheap and affordable ways to level up, all right, and get that attention from the ladies, all right, if that's what you're trying to do, or get that business, that macho madness, and get that business going and stuff like that. So I'll give you a taste of what it is and how I'll do. All right, y'all. We're just gonna go ahead and start off with the shirts, I guess. It's not in any particular order. All right, I didn't know what to. You could start off with the shorts, or the underwear, or the socks and stuff I got over here, but I don't know how to start, so I'm just gonna start with the shirts. All right, so here's a look at some of the shirts that I own right here. Some t-shirts. Some are old. Some are more newer that been given to me, like this one, for example, and this one given to me, and I didn't even buy them. I got an American flag shirt and this and that. All right, very important. I wanted to talk about the shirts real quick because it's very important. Yeah, I got a blood in, blood out t-shirt. Of course I do. So here's the thing about the t-shirts, and I want to stress, I don't want to take too much time on it right now, but we could talk about it later. Here's what I want to stress about the t-shirts. I'm a big t-shirt guy. I've always worn t-shirts, obviously. I'm big on that and everything, but here's the thing. T-shirts are not formal, and a lot of times they're not attractive. It really depends on what situation you're in. It's not always appropriate to wear a t-shirt. So this is what I've been doing. I got these amount of t-shirts and I've thrown some away recently, all right? Because I knew I wasn't gonna wear them. I want to get it down to the best of the best and the cream of the crop and stop holding on to clothes that I just don't wear. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. An idea for clothes that you just don't wear. If you ever have clothes that you just don't wear, and you're over here just like me, hoarding them for years and never wearing them. It doesn't make any sense. You throw them away, you can give them to Goodwill. So anyways, I got these t-shirts, right? kind of whittled it down to my best. But I got a healthy amount. I've kept the t-shirts. It's a good idea if you work out and you wear t-shirts and you're out in public. It's good to have a t-shirt to work out in. You're going to want it. So that's the thing. If you don't have enough t-shirts, you better go get some so that you can work out. But however, I pretty much, for the most part, leave my t-shirts to just that. Either working out, or I'll use them for an undershirt, say at work or something. But not too often in public. Here's the thing: I go running, and so I got shirts. I run a lot and I exercise a lot, so I got shirts that I could wear while exercising. Nobody really cares what you're wearing while you're exercising. Nobody really cares. So that's my Dr. Fauci shirt. I got words on t-shirts. I got pictures on t-shirts. It's my Alex Jones shirt and stuff like that. Here's what I've been kind of figuring as a rule of thumb. Here's an Alex Jones shirt. Here's what I'm figuring as a rule of thumb. A t-shirt is all right. You can go to in public and run errands in a t-shirt, but if you want class and you want to look classy, then your shirt has to be plain. All right, just one color. Like, you can have a little picture on it, but just like one color, for example. All right, just keep it plain. The reason is because yeah, I got shirts with pictures on them and words on them, but for the most part, having pictures and words on your shirts, going around wearing t-shirts, is pretty corny. All right. And like I said, I like t-shirts, but you're not going to attract all the females. The goal in mind is to attract all the females, all of them. All right, so you're going to want to put out a big net. That's what I'm saying. A classy shirt like this, perhaps I could wear that out in public. All right, to a store or running errands around here in a fancy part of San Antonio where you do want to look nice. So check it out. I got shirts, collared shirts, polo shirts, more formal shirts. These are the kind of shirts that you go out in the public, like you go to the store, something like that, if you want to look right. All right. I mean, you don't want to be a bum all in a t-shirt and stuff, because, I mean, you could do that, all right? If you're jacked, you know what I'm saying? If you're super jacked, it really doesn't matter, I don't think, right? But it makes sense to wear nice shirts out in public, all right? That's what I've been doing. And then I do have also, I really like this shirt. I picked this up just 2 days ago at the Goodwill. Yeah, that's right, I said at the Goodwill. You go to the Goodwill, here's the thing. You go to the Goodwill, and this is what I've been doing. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But you go to the Goodwill and you might find a couple of things. Just a couple of things. A nice shirt like this. Take it home. It's a steal. Alright? All the other, probably a lot of stuff at the Goodwill is trash and you don't want it. Or it's somebody else's style and, it's just not for you. Alright? So, here and there, picking up a couple of different garments. Real nice looking things. Maybe some nice brand names and stuff like that. Alright? So I'm picking them up, here and there, maybe every week, every other week, in order to bolster, my wardrobe in general. At the same time, I'm taking things once a week, at least one thing, and I'm looking throughout this closet, these shirts, and I'm finding what it is that I just hate. I hate looking at it, and I don't want it to be here, and I never wear it, and I always think I'm gonna wear it, but I never ever do. I take a shirt, and I'll snatch it up, and I'll get rid of it. Alright? The reason I bring this up is because it seems like guys like me will go ahead and do this. We'll hoard clothes, and they'll be all messed up, and they'll be all dumb, and they won't be attractive, but we'll hoard them, and we'll either wear them into tatters, or we'll not ever wear them and have them in our closet for no reason. All right. And all sort of bad habits. Like, for example, wearing the same underwears and getting holes all in them. Oh, I've heard the old timeless story. Man walking around with holes all in his underwear and stuff because he doesn't want to go to the store and buy more underwear. I'm telling you, to level up, you need to buy more underwear. I can tell you that right now. You never have enough underwear, especially if you work out every day. And the same thing goes for shorts. All right? It's actually a laundry day for me right now. Basically, I need to do some laundry. But I got like probably 9, 10 different other pairs of athletic shorts other than these three right here. And then I got some khaki shorts up under them. All right, I got many, like well over a dozen shorts. Why? Because we gotta work out. All right, you're gonna get all sweaty. We're gonna get all worked up. And then what? Are we gonna do laundry every day? We're gonna have to do it 2 times a week. No, you go to the Goodwill, especially, and you get good deals on shorts. Buy you a dozen shorts at the Goodwill. All right, that's real easy to do and real cheap. And then you have no excuses. You know what I'm saying? You buy enough underwear, all right? Buy enough socks. Keep buying socks. Buy more socks. Because if you work out, you're always going to need more socks, more underwear, more shorts. You're going to need more shirts. All right? Think about that. You're going to need more. You're going to want attractive ones. So that's if the ladies see you working out, they just won't be able to help themselves. All right? Basically, that's what I got going on as far as clothes goes today. All right, and I also want to show you a couple of more things how I've been leveling up in real cheap and affordable ways, in ways that are basically common sense, but I never thought about until right now. All right, so I'll show you what it is I'm working with right now. All right, so right here, what we got under development right here is 3 pair of shoes that I wanted to start off with. Check out these 3 pair of shoes. I only got these shoes and these shoes, what is it, 2 days ago when I went to the Goodwill. Well, actually, this one I got at Walmart. All right, so it's made by slaves, slave children. Now, this shoe right here is classy as hell. I wore it yesterday, and as you can tell, it's just classy as hell. I wore it and I realized that you can't tie it too tight, because if you tie it too tight, top of your feet hurt. All right, so you got to do your research. These over here are shoes that I've had for quite some time. As you can tell, they look very clean, and I've had them for quite some time. All right, they stay looking clean. Over here, you got some other slave-made goods over at the Walmart, but I'm sorry, it was there, and they look pretty clean, right? I keep them clean. I'm going to keep them clean just like these guys. All right, they're clean because they're new, but I'm going to keep them clean just like these guys. All right, I got slave-made shoes made by slave children over here. I'm sorry about that, and I don't want to promote that. But I needed some cheap, affordable shoes, right? And here's the plan. These are 3 pairs of different looking shoes. All right, for the different various outfits that I might wear. Very cheap, might I add, because I got these at Goodwill. I got these, and they were made by slave children, and so were these. So they were very, very cheap, all right? We don't have a lot of money, all right? You're trying to level up and get more money and be more attractive. It all makes sense. They're writing in publications about Andy Elliott all over the place, saying, oh, you don't want to look attractive, and he only wants to hire attractive people and stuff like that. Yeah, you want to look attractive, right? So you're going to level up. So I'm kind of balling out on shoes as shoes go. And as I mentioned, I keep them clean. Here's the thing. I have other shoes. I work out. And I want to stress this. You got to be very careful with your shoes. And I've only realized this recently. I've been, I work out down there 6 days a week, right? So my other shoes that I'm about to show you, they get messed up. They get tore up. They go through a lot. And the thing I want to stress, you can't take those shoes and wear those shoes out in public. The shoes that you exercise in, you can't go out in public and wear those shoes. And the reason I say that is because I've done that hundreds of times, right? Many hundreds of times have I gone out in the shoes that I work out in because I think they look cool. And also I exercise in them. It's not a good habit, and the reason is because they're gonna start to smell real bad amongst other things. You need to let them air out. You need to take, and I'm talking to myself, you need to take your own shoes that you work out with and don't ever wear them for anything else because it doesn't look good. You're trying to look good out in public. These shoes are cheap as hell, right? And some connoisseur of shoes will be able to tell that I got these shoes from Walmart. And then when I say, oh, you got cheap, cheap shoes, most people in the world have no idea where I got these shoes from. All they know is that they look clean. And then I'm running errands in clean shoes. If I want to step it up, go with the Doc shoes, right? And they look clean. Yeah, they're from Walmart. Yeah, slave children made them, but they look clean, and I keep them clean. I don't do anything in them. I don't even walk through the grass with these things, dude. Like I keep it real clean, and that's what you got to do in order to maintain your attractiveness level. You want to step it up all the way, of course. Put these on and get them all polished up real nice. All right, but you got to watch for the top of your damn feet because they strap so tight. All right, so if you get some of those, go to the Goodwill. If you got one around your, go to Walmart, I guess, if you don't mind the slave children making your shoes. All right, and I pray for the slave children making the shoes, and I hope they make it out. But however, the shoes are already made. They're at Walmart. I'm not, trying to promote Walmart, but I got the shoes and I got them real cheap. Let me show you my other shoes. Alright, y'all, let's take a quick look up top at the other shoes. They all got utility. Here's the thing, there's other shoes that I could have had, that I've had before, and I've thrown them away, or I've gotten rid of them. The reason is because you only have so much space for shoes, right? And also, it's not like a manly thing to, I mean, I don't know. I'm not here to say what's manly, but I'm not here to collect all sort of shoes, all right? It's just that all the shoes that we're looking at all have utility, all right? And they're all being used in order to level up. And I want to explain. Some shoes that you might even have in your closet, such as these bad boys. They're kind of what you call high top. They're kind of high top work shoes slash tennis shoes. One of those grip right and stuff so you don't slip and fall in the workplace. And they're pretty nice. I mean, but I got them for work, right? That's what I got those bad boys, and I've been had them for a while. I think I might be able to get a free pair here pretty soon. A new pair, all right? A new pair and a new pair. Over here we got some moccasins. I was giving these. See, a lot of stuff I'm giving, and I'm very grateful for, and some of it's very nice, and I hold on to it and I utilize it and be productive. If you really want to be classy, I mean, over here, if you remember, we had these shoes over here that we got from Walmart, but these are also classy, and I'm fixing to clean them up with my suede cleaner. I think that might work, or I'm gonna have to Google that. See if it might work. But those are classy as hell too right there. Over here I got these shoes that I was given as a gift from a very, very good friend. Shout out to that person. A CrossFit buddy of mine, forever and ever. And he gave me these shoes. And I said, what are these shoes? I had no idea. I was looking at them. I was like, damn, look at these shoes. And he was like, yeah, those are some CrossFit shoes. And I was like, dude, I didn't even know they made CrossFit shoes. He's like, hell yeah, they do. They make shoes specifically for CrossFit. And I said, damn, dude, oh man. And so I was delighted that he gave me those. And they've become very useful. Now, I do a lot of workout in calisthenics and this and that. And when I'm not running, and I know I'm not going to be running, say on a particular day, I'll wear these bad boys, all right, because they're specifically made for working out and that sort of thing. Over here, courtesy of El Nino, and you might know what we're looking at right here, but you might not know. Courtesy of El Nino, we got some, and I forget what they're called, but these are some professional ass running shoes, all right. And let me tell you something, when I put them on, you could tell. Just by the feel of it, you feel like you're running on clouds. I don't know anything about running shoes, all right, because I've never like invested enough money to get myself some running shoes, even though I run all the time. El Nino came through. He said, "You gotta try this." And these bad boys are amazing, and they feel amazing. All right, and we've already been through a lot. Here's the thing: they might not look so great anymore. It's because we've been through a lot, and we're about to go through a lot more. Right? And I'm thrilled, and I can't wait to just run all around town with these bad boys. And also, I want to add, all right, because I do a lot of running. We'll talk about it later, but for those people interested in running, I run in the grass. All right, I've said it a million times. I don't like to run in the street because it's bad for your knees. It's bad for your ankles and stuff. I run in the grass, but also that could get your shoes very dirty, obviously, if you have a problem with that. And also, if you like to run in the grass, I might suggest that you never run on a day in which it's rained, because you'll F up your shoes. You'll F them up real bad. All right, I got some old shoes right here. These ones I'm holding on to just for right now. Pumas. I'm holding on to them for a little while longer, even though they are messed up. They are pretty well jacked up. I'm holding on to those just for walking purposes. Sometimes I like to go out for just to walk around the neighborhood. And if I'm doing that, nobody's going to be watching me, and who cares? I might as well wear some old shoes, and that's why I keep them around. All right. Over here, you got another pair of work shoes. These are low tops work shoes, for work. And I go get that money. Over here, I got some old boots. I can't even remember where the hell I got those boots from. All right. But if I go ahead and pull them out, yeah, check that out. All right. So waterproof and stuff like that. They've been through some journeys, and they'll be through some more journeys. It's good to have some big old boots like that, all right? So that's all the shoes I have right now. And for the most part, I can only think about, perhaps getting one or two more pairs of shoes. They all have utility. They're all about leveling up, right? And I don't know any other way, right? So that's probably the most minimal amount of shoes that you could get if you want to ball out of control. All right. And let me show you one more thing. All right here, what we got right here is a watch. And I don't know if you know anything about watches, but if you do, you'll know that this watch doesn't hardly cost any money. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about watches, you're just like, wow, that is some garbage, all right? But however, I mean, that is if you're all judgmental, right? But for the majority of people out there that don't know anything about watches, really, like myself, they would look at this watch and they say, that's kind of nice. I like that. I like the sleek nature of it, and the wristband, which is a tough, durable, rubbery plastic or something. It's rubbery. I like that. Look at the face of it. It's all shiny and it's got dials on it. And if you look real close, the dials mean nothing. They don't even move. But however, it's just decoration, right? And then check this out over here. Yeah, I'm already wearing another watch. Just taking away, telling me the exact correct time right now. That is the real time right now. Check out the wristband. Alright. So these are both very cheap watches. How did I do it? I don't know if you have a Walmart close to you, alright? And I'm not here to promote Walmart, to tell you the truth. But if you have something like that, or a very cheap type place where people go for cheap type things, and if they sell watches like Walmart does, you can go pick some up. Now here's the deal. You're leveling up. If you okay, you probably already noticed, rich people, for example, people with a lot of money, they typically, especially men, wear watches. Have you noticed that? And a lot of times they'll have very expensive watches. I understand that. They're not the same as these. They cost a lot of money. And that's cool. That's awesome, right? Good for them, right? And I would like to, be as good as them one day. We'll see. They got nice watches. These are pretty nice watches. However, they're very cheap. All right. So here's the thing. You gotta work your way up to that, right? Yeah, I mean, for example, if you wanted a very nice watch and you thought about it a lot, it would make sense to at least buy watches before that. You know what I'm saying? Like buy a nice little cheaper watch and work your way up in watches. Some people about watches don't know that watches, the luxury ones, sometimes they appreciate in value, and in fact go up in value so that you buy it and then sell it for more later. There's people in the watch game who do that all the time. We're talking about watches for tens and sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, obviously. These are like $10, these watches. All right. But one thing also I want to explain is, all right, most people don't really know about this and that watch, unless it was just embedded in all sort of diamonds. They might not even realize the difference between a watch such as this and a watch that costs, say, a couple $100s, and they might be impressed by it, and it just looks attractive. You can, it's kind of a subconscious thing too, because you know that, like, you got a grasp on time, you got places to be if you're wearing a watch. It's all subconscious, right? It's about attraction. For some reason, ladies love watches. If you ever go to a club, you'll notice, or a bar or something like that, you'll notice that all the men, for no good reason, all have watches on. All right. And the reason actually is for the ladies and the attraction and stuff like that. And so it's a good idea. You might as well just get some cheap ones, level up. And then you get more money because you're more attractive. You level up and then buy more expensive watches, so forth and so forth. All right. And keep going, doubling up until you buy luxury watches. And then you're even buying them and selling them for more money and buying other luxury watches. You know what I'm saying? I think it's how the watch game works, right? So it's a good idea, and this has been my start into the watch game. But also, I did want to mention probably the most crucial thing about my wardrobe and leveling up recently, and I want to share it with y'all. All right, so we're in my closet. It's a creepy area that we've come to congregate in. I want to say that I forgot to mention my pants earlier, right? As far as my wardrobe goes, we talked about the shirts, we talked about the shorts, we talked about the underwears, we talked about the socks, right? We didn't talk so much about the laundry, although I did mention it's kind of like laundry day right now. We talked about the shoes, and all these are crucial in leveling up, and we got it packed from wall to wall in here with crucial garments that we need. All these garments to level up. Right? And if you don't have these garments, I don't know, you're still going to be able to level up, but I would say that it'd probably be a little bit more difficult because you don't have the proper garments. Now, also, we've been leveling up on pants. All right, I can tell you right now that I seem to only own one pair of blue jeans. I think I noticed that for a while now, that I only own one pair of blue jeans, and that's all right, but I might get one more pair of blue jeans. But that being said, I've been diversifying because I'm not a bigot. When it comes to pants, I've been diversifying my pants. Actually, right here, we're taking a look at, say, some black pants that I've had. And these ones actually might go into the garbage here pretty soon or something. Goodwill. I'm not sure. I still like them, but I don't know how much. All right. Sometimes it'd be like that. Over here, you got some gray pants, and I want to just show you this. It's a diversity. I got different colors, right? I mean, because they're gonna match with different things, and whatever it is that I want to look like that day. I got some black slacks right here, right? These aren't jeans; these are more slacks. Some black ones. So I got every color. Do you black? I got gray. I got these are black jeans actually. If you want to get old school with me, I got some black jeans, but here's some more blue. They're more bluer pants that I got, and 2 or 3 different actually khaki pants of different shades and tints. Right, I want a diversity, just because you don't know how you're supposed to look. It's kind of attractive if you can look all different ways. And so I've been diversifying my pants, and every once in a while buying like if I spot, say, a good pair of pants over at the Goodwill, I'll snatch it up. All right, and that's why I got diversity. All right, but as we get up out of here, as we're talking about the wardrobe and everything, I want to get up out of here, but I want to mention this. As far as the pants go, we're gonna see about it. These are pretty good, and I like them. I'm gonna get more here and there, and see which ones I like the best. But however, I do want to mention that it's important. It's important as we're leveling up, and some of us out there are getting physically jacked. All right, no homo. I'm talking about lifting weights, doing calisthenics, and getting real swole. Right, no homo. Some of us out there are getting real swole. And as we're doing that, I want to suggest, or it's not even a suggestion, I just want to put it out in the air. Maybe you thought about this, and I want to encourage you. As men out there, as we go out there and we take leadership roles, and we tell everybody what's what, and everybody, after a while, understands that we know the future before it happens. As we do that sort of thing, all right, we're going to probably level up our wardrobe. All right, it's going to be inevitable. But more specifically, I want to mention a la Andy Elliott and all sort of other rich men out there. It's important that as we level up and make gains and we're catching the Macho Madness, to get smaller, might I suggest, and smaller pants. All right, all these pants right here, I like them, and I might even get them altered to be smaller. If I like them good enough, I'm going to just keep them and take them to an alteration shop and make my pants smaller. You might ask why. All right, we'll discuss it in great length at some other time. But as far as why, it's because it drives the ladies wild. I don't even care if they want to admit it or not. Don't admit it. It doesn't matter. It drives the ladies wild. If you're making gains and you're physically looking better than everybody else around you, and you start wearing tight pants, it's game over. All right, it's game over. And furthermore, form-fitting shirts. And furthermore, when you unbutton your shirt, it's game over. It's game over. And the thing is, women will say all sorts of things. Women are not going to be truthful. Women, if that's what we're talking about, they're going to say all sorts of things about your tight pants. All right, and they might say they don't like them. All right, they love them. They love them, and they just can't even help it. All right, so I'm not gonna dwell upon it, but that's the thing. The pants are gonna get tighter and tighter. The shirts are gonna get tighter and tighter, and as we're getting all swole, it's just gonna look irresistible. All right, and that's actually the game plan. And then, of course, you got some belts right here, because you want to diversify your belts and stuff. If you can, you find some cheap belts. And it's good to have multiple belts. I'm wearing a belt. And, I'm trying to think right now if there's anything left to talk about as far as the wardrobe. All right, yeah, that was pretty much it as far as the wardrobe and things go. I think we've got pretty much everything covered. That is aside from, of course, the shades, and I got a few shades right here right now. Just an idea. Everybody's got shades, I would imagine. But I find a good way to level up is to have a diversity of shades, for whatever flavor that you are that day. Like these ones right here are Macho Madness, right? But this is this is a totally different kind of Macho Madness. Over here, this is where you're playing it real cool, right? These are some of my favorite. And actually, I probably got 2 to 3 times more sunglasses than this, but actually, it's come to my attention that I gotta do some cleaning up around here in order to locate all the different various sunglasses that I actually do have. Some of the best ones I have aren't even on display right now, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to hit you back with another video about that. But back here, for example, you see some like Joe Biden type sunglasses, right? And unfortunately, I gotta say, even though I like them and it's cool, Aesthetically, it's cool. I gotta say, as far as a sunglass person, I like to wear different sunglasses, but however, I have a rough and tumble life, and that is to say that sometimes sunglasses are gonna get tossed, all right, from here to there. I mean, they're gonna get strewn about. So these, like Joe Biden, unless they're made very well, and mine aren't, right? Mine are very cheap. Unless they're made very well, they're gonna eventually just fall apart on you. They're very flimsy. They're very flim flam, like a Joe Biden. Right? So I got these type of shades, but I don't know if I'd recommend these unless you're very very careful with them. All right, and that's how you turn on the macho madness. I mean, in case if it wasn't already obvious, this is how you turn on the macho madness. Alright, and I'll holler at y'all about some more that nitty gritty a little bit later. And I appreciate y'all. I want to hear from the key members of the audience about how they level up and what their wardrobe is like and how they grind on and stuff because we're under attack, y'all. I'm sorry, but we're under attack, right? So get your shit together, right? It's September the 3rd or 4th or 5th, 2020, 2023, and I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.